ESPN just made a really big projection for a couple of our Bears. And not only that, but could there be a potential sale, a minority stake sale for the Bears on the horizon? Man, let's talk about that and more. Keep it locked. Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new episode of CHI Go Bears. As always, it's your boy, John J, and with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the GOAT. What's going on, cuzzo?
Man, just living a life and getting ready for this Bears season, man. It seems like the summer is here now, and it's we almost to July already. So I think the football gods are helping us to get through this summer a lot faster, so we can get to what's important, and that's seeing that pigskin get thrown around and seeing our Bears do something special. So what's going on with you though, baby? I know we've been missing. I know the fans been missing us. I've been missing you. What's going on, man?
Man, I can't call it, man. It's always a good time when we get a chance to talk a little bit of
Oh yeah.
football, you
Oh
dig?
yeah. Oh yeah.
But I want to get right into it. We ain't gonna take too much time. I know it's a lot going on. So game 6 of the NBA playoffs is
Yeah.
about to
Yeah.
kick off in a little
Yeah.
bit. But also happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth for everybody who's watching and falling under that act.
Man, I should have worn my Juneteenth T-shirt today. I'm slipping.
You forgot it
Oh
was
man.
Juneteenth.
No, I just
Ah,
thought I forgot I had that T-shirt.
okay.
Oh, come
Gotcha,
on. You
gotcha,
know, you
gotcha,
know,
gotcha.
you know. The employers do they? If you want to have it off, you can. Man, make it a national holiday if I can have it off. Don't do me like that. Don't make me feel like I can come to work if I want to, because that's not really how it is. You're gonna make me use a vacation day,
No, they
or
sure
no pay.
will.
Yeah, or no pay.
I
So
mean, it
yeah,
is a national holiday, but everybody's slow to adapt it. So,
yeah. We need them to adapt that like it's supposed to be. But
facts.
hey, but yeah, happy Juneteenth to everybody out there. I hope y'all celebrating, barbecuing, doing y'all thing.
Yeah, I had to work, but my boss did buy some barbecue. So,
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
got us some of that barbecue. Go get
See,
yourself some of that barbecue, kids. Go and fix yourself some of that barbecue.
we got some pieces for y'all for
Oh,
all the
but
hard work y'all been doing.
yeah, we're gonna get right into things. We got a nice show for you guys today.
Yeah.
And I want to kick it off. Right now I know there's no camps going on. It's a nice little break for the team, a much needed
Hmm.
break. But we got July. July is coming up. It's right around the corner when training camp is going to kick off.
Yep.
So I wanted to get into some potential training camp battles. D Snow,
Yeah.
some of these hot position battles, and who do we project to come out on top? And ladies and gentlemen, you watching at home, please give us your projections, and also don't forget to drop a like, share
Yeah.
this thing, and
Please.
subscribe to the channel. Because we get busy over here, baby. And this is the place to
Yep.
be. You know what I'm saying? That
Yep.
that little subscription don't cost you a thing. Don't take nothing but a second of your time, but it means the world to us. So help us get in the pocket of that algorithm and share this channel with other people just like yourselves.
Show the
But
love. Show the love. Yes, sir. I love it.
yeah. But let's get into some of these training camp battles, D Snow. And if y'all watching and there's some names that we don't mention, feel free to talk about it in the comments. We'll get down there and chop it up with you. But the first one I want to talk about is left tackle. We've been talking about this a little bit. We got the rookie Ozzy Trapilo, who's been making some waves and turning some
Yeah.
heads during mini camps. But we know that's just mini camp. We also got Kieran Amagaji, who's going into year 2. Didn't have a great start last season, but he didn't get to do training camp. He was coming into the league injured,
Hmm.
um, and he was forced into a starting role like as soon as he got healthy without
Yeah.
even really training. So he got
Yeah.
a raw. He looked bad, but he had a raw opportunity, a raw shot. He didn't really get a fair shake. So now he's getting that fair shake because the incumbent starter from last year, Braxton Jones, he
I'm
got
injured.
injured. He got
Yeah.
injured late in the season.
Yeah.
Now he should be ready for training camp. But we don't know just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So far this offseason, the battle has been between Ozzy Trapilo and Kieran Amagaji.
Mm-hmm.
But between the three, D Snow, how are you seeing this thing go down?
I mean, the best thing about what's going on is there is no secret to how the battle is going, who's showing up, who's showing that they're, the knowledge of the playbook and the plays, and who's showing that grit that wants to get out there. I mean, and what we're hearing, the name that we're constantly hearing is, Tripoli. So I feel like it's his spot to take at this point. I feel like it's his spot to lose. I love it.
I want to hear that name one more time.
You ain't gonna do that to me. Chipotle. How you pronounce it for me right?
Trapillo?
Trapillo.
What you say
Hey,
the first time, Tripoli or something?
triple.
I was
Tri-
like, wait a minute.
yeah, but sorry. Hey, as y'all know, if y'all been watching us anytime on any of our shows, D Snow is gonna fumble a name here and there.
That's the
It's
best
a
part of the show.
Hey, bro, it's the Harry Carey in me, man. Y'all don't know I'm a Cubs fan. I grew up watching Harry Carey, and sometimes we just fumble some names out there, and it's not to hurt nobody's feelings. It's not to break them down. It's just D Snow being D Snow.
It's real. It's real life shit. It's real life shit.
On
We
my
ain't
mama,
buttoned up.
on everything I love on my mama.
Nah, for real.
No, but yeah, man, he's looking good. And the best thing, like what you were just saying, the next man up mentality is what football is all about, more than any other sport that's out there. Somebody can get hurt at any moment. It could be during practice. It could be the game. It could be I tripped over my dog, you know. And now,
That's happened.
hey, I'm throwing out real world scenarios, but
Yeah, that happened.
so I feel like if 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 he get if the guys do what they supposed to do, and then Braxton comes back, and he's good as well, our team is going to be very, very strong when it comes to the offensive line, and that's what we've been lacking for the last 5 years. I mean, since Olin Kreutz and that crew of guys left, we have not been the same. We have not been the same. And any Bears fan will agree with that. We just haven't had that really tight offensive line, and we are finally going back to that smash mouth, blue blood, blue collar football that we love in the trenches. That's where it's won at. So I'm loving it.
What's your projection though? Are you going with the kid with
I'm going with the
Trapillo?
kid. I'm going with the kid. I think the kid is going to earn that spot. I think this is all about Ben Johnson's team. He's going to pick the guys he wants out there, and I think it's a plus if he starts because these other guys behind him have experience. So it's not like, okay, now he's getting thrown in the fire like the other kid did last year. You got him going out there in the beginning because he's looking good, not just because we're throwing him out there. And then if something does happen, we're falling back on guys that are ready to jump in there and play the position without even blinking. So I love it, and I'm going with the kid.
I like it. I like it. Now I will say I think part of the reason we hear so much of his name is because he's a rookie, so that
Okay,
stands out.
yeah, because they
But
there.
him and Kieran Amagaji have been rotating back and forth. One practice, Kieran's the starter. One practice, Ozzy is the starter. So I don't want to say it's been totally Ozzy. It's just he's the rookie. Second
Yeah,
round pick. He's the name that we want to start because we just drafted him, and we
and
always
I
like to
think
see our rookie start.
and I think Ben is doing the right thing at giving both of the kids some time. You want to make sure guys are ready to go. They're not just sitting on over their cold and basically just playing, on the practice team and stuff like that. You want these guys, if something does happen, he's already, accustomed.
Yeah, I lost the audio, but
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
yeah, there you go. But
Yeah, no, yeah.
you cut off right when you said being won't guys accustomed to it, but I think we got
Yeah,
the gist of it.
yeah. I think that's important that guys are ready to go when it's time if something does happen. So I like that.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely true. But yeah, both guys have been back and forth getting a chance to play with the starters, and that's been really good. That's value added. Um, like I said, Braxton Jones is supposed to come back for camp, but we don't know. Um, Now he's been the incumbent starter. He's the guy that you would think is the starter going in as long as he's healthy. and I'm inclined to think so as well, as long as he's
Okay.
healthy. But I will say again, I've mentioned it before with a new coaching staff.
Yeah.
It's all about them the right now impression. And with
Yeah.
Braxton Jones not having been healthy, Ben Johnson has zero experience with Braxton Jones.
Yeah.
He's not worked with him yet to know if he likes him.
He's not gonna
You
throw that guy.
you
Yeah.
start finding favors early on.
Yeah. He's not gonna throw
Uh,
somebody out there he don't trust.
so I think it's good that the
Yeah.
kid is getting a chance to be the first impression. You know, that hurts Braxton in this situation.
Of course.
So I will say if Braxton makes it back and is healthy for the entirety of the training camp, I think he's your starter. I think he'd have to lose the job.
Okay.
But if for any reason he's not healthy and he's late to start training camp, it's Ozzy for me. It's Ozzy for me. So yeah, I'm gonna say right now my projection is Braxton, but that's just with the thought process of him being healthy
Yeah, it's
and
nice that we're
already
not
having been the
agreeing like we
starter.
always agree. So that's good. That's good. We need that. And let us
Yeah,
know what y'all think. Who do y'all think should go in that position? We want to see that in the comments. I see y'all starting to talk to us sometimes, so let us know who y'all think. Y'all watching just like we are.
absolutely, 100%. Okay, so another battle, a potential battle. I don't even know if it's really a battle, but I think it will be. And this position is always a fun battle any year, no matter who the contestants are. I'm talking about potential wide receiver. We know DJ Moore, we know Rome Odunze is going to be the 1 and 2, and
Yeah.
maybe there's a who wins one, who gets two between those two. But that's not what this is.
Hmm.
This is who gets number 3. Is it Luther Burden III, the rookie second round pick, who also has been dealing with some injuries and hasn't really been on the field during these
Hmm.
off-season camps, these mini camps? Um, or could it be the new signing, Olamides Zaccheaus?
Zacchaeus.
Um, or there is the returning Tyler Scott, or the other signing from Jacksonville, Devin Duvernay,
Mm,
who I think
that's
is
another good
probably
name.
going to be I think Duvernay is probably going to be purely the return guy, but you got
Okay.
to put his name in there.
Yeah.
But I think that's a potential battle. Who gets that number 3 spot? You want to say Luther Bird, but you can't just give it to him. He hasn't been out there yet.
Yeah.
And Zacchaeus did it for Washington last year, and he had about what 500-600 yards.
Yeah.
So he's got the best production out of any of the options.
Yeah.
So I think this might be a legit battle going forward, D Snow, for training camp. Who you got as the number 3 receiver?
I mean, being honest with you, I mean, because of injuries, I know it's going to be tough for Luther Burden to get on the field. But I feel like if training camp, if he gets out there, and especially during those preseason games, if he comes out there and shines, he's our guy. There's no reason to have that kid on. If you watch any kind of college football on Saturdays, his name was constantly being yelled. Every time they had a big game, he had a big game. Like he shines when the lights are on. So I don't see this kid dropping off. I see him continuously going forward with a great offensive mind like Ben Johnson. So I feel like if he, that's my pick if he, fights these injuries and gets on the field. But if that doesn't happen, I think this is a chance for Zacchaeus to be our speed guy. We need a guy that can, tear it off the top and really, do their thing. And he's already, got some proven, hands as well as, like you said, 500 yards ain't nothing to smirk at. So uh, I think Zacchaeus has a good chance at being that third round receiver because we do need a guy that's gonna do his job. And you gotta run those routes. You can't take time off. You can't bull crap and bullshit. You can't you can't be to in the end. You got to be to in the beginning. Terrell Owens was that guy, but at the end he kind of fell off and turned into a different dude. But that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, I think Zacchaeus, this is a chance for him to get in there and be that Jameson for us like Detroit Lions, like Jameson is for them. That guy that tears it off the top.
Jamison Williams, yeah.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I like that. And I'm with you. I think if we want, I think the coaching staff, the fans, everybody wants Luther Burton to take that spot.
Of course.
But having these small injuries. Not only that, remember these second round picks still have yet to be signed. Is there
Yeah,
anything to
yeah,
that?
yeah,
Does
yeah.
he sign and come in late? What happens there?
I
So
mean,
I'm if
are
I
they
had
are they waiting on like people in front of them or something? Like what's going on? Why these guys haven't signed yet?
I don't know what the situation is. I'm gonna be
Okay, because
honest.
I know
But
when it comes to contracts
if
and
I
stuff
had
like
to
that, usually,
guess,
yeah.
if I had to guess, judging by the way things typically work, Luther Burden was the first of the second round picks.
So,
I think the other guys are waiting on him. But he
mm,
also is probably he was kind of salty about not going in the first round. Is there something to that?
mm.
So I think he is the holdup. When he signs, I think the dominoes fall in
Okay,
place
okay,
afterwards. That's just opinion. I haven't read that anywhere.
okay.
That's just how I've seen things play out.
Yeah, and what you feel?
And me remembering that he had an issue with falling to the second
Mm,
round. He thought he was a first round guy, so maybe he wants a little extra, a
yeah,
little something else. Um, Maybe that could be the situation. And the guys behind him are not going to sign before he does.
yeah.
They got to fall in the scale. So I personally, that's what I think it is.
Okay.
Um, but if I have to guess right now, I'm going to say because of the uncertainty, I'm going to say Zaccheaus is your third wide receiver to start the season. Just being conservative. I hope that I'm
Okay.
wrong. I hope that it's Luther Burden. If it's Luther Burden, let's go. I'm ready to have a good time and watch this.
Of
But
course,
yeah, it's just conservatively, I gotta
because
say Zacchaeus.
that's a nasty three wide receiver group. Burden, Rome, and DJ.
Yeah, it really could be.
Ain't nobody talking about that. That we are gonna be we might end up having one of the best wide receiver groups in the NFL.
That's
It's
totally
talk man,
possible.
that could really happen. And I'm over here
That's
looking. I'm
totally
trying to see
possible.
who Luther Burton's agent is, cause that'll let us know how
Wow, for real.
that that'll let us
On
know
some
what kind
some
of
some
what kind
Drew
of speed.
Rosenhaus stuff.
On the real, like depending on who his agent is, that'll let us
It's
know
messed
how
up
long
that
this is gonna play out.
it's messed up that neither of us said Tyler Scott, who's been there for about 3 years now. This is year three, I think, for Tyler Scott. But he's not really shown the ability to take that. I
Yeah,
hope he does, though. I like Tyler Scott, and he's a burner. We got some fast guys on this roster, but
I mean,
his hands they've
yeah,
not
gotta
been
have them
quite
hands,
coordinated. It's
right?
not. It's kind
That's
of the number one responsibility is to be able
hey,
to catch.
what did I say was gonna be the main thing we was gonna fix? The problems. Drops was another problem. If you dropping the ball, we ain't gonna see you on the field. I guarantee you that. I
Ben ain't
guarantee
he
you
ain't
that.
having it.
You're gonna be watching.
For real, for real.
So
But
yeah, they ain't really give me no information. I was trying to see if I could find out while we was chilling. I was just wondering,
that's
because like you say,
okay.
he is holding out, but it ain't giving us the information I want. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's
But moving forward
yeah.
to another battle, and I think I know which way you're gonna go on this one. I'm probably gonna go the same way, but I'm talking about the second running back. I think the options come down to Roshan Johnson versus Kyle Monungai. I know that Travis Homer is still on the roster, but he's primarily been a special teams guy since he's been there. He's never really been in contention for
Okay.
one or two positions, so I don't see that changing now. But I think it comes down between Kyle Monungai and Roshan Johnson. Who you see as the number two guy, or potentially do they compete with DeAndre for number one?
I think DeAndre's number one. I think those other two guys are fighting for number two. But like you, I think we're gonna carry three backs, and I think Kyle's gonna kind of be on the up and up, still learning. Unless we really need him, I don't think we're gonna just throw him to the fire because we don't have to. We have running backs that can go out there and do what they got to do, unless they don't give us the production we need. As long as those guys produce, Kyle can come along the right way, and then he'll be ready to go, and we don't have to rush him out there. But yeah, I think Roshan, he had a decent season. He's a nice back, nice size. I mean, great attitude, a great blocker. So I think right now he's in front of Kyle because of all of those things I just said. It's very important to not only run that ball, but be a great blocker and to be able to pick up blitzes. That kind of stuff is really important when it comes to protecting the quarterback. So I think because of those things, Roshan's going to be in front of Kyle, but I think Kyle is going to be fighting all season to try to get in there.
Okay, so for me, I gotta say straight up, Kyle Monungai. I think it's gonna be Kyle
Mm,
Monungai. I think
mm.
it's already Kyle Monungai. It's just unofficial yet.
Ooh.
Um,
Ooh.
but I like Roshan Johnson. I like his toughness. I think he is a true leader in the locker room.
Yeah.
Um, but how much did we talk about going in and getting one of these free agent running backs? Nick
Yeah, that's true.
Chubb,
That's true.
J.K. Dobbins, even your boy Cam Akers. All of
Yeah.
them have gotten signed, and the Bears have not made a single move. They haven't scoffed at any
So
of it.
we must be happy with something.
Um, Last week, our boy, actually no, earlier this week, a couple days ago, Monday, our boy Ben Devine put out a tweet. While the Chicago Bears discussed adding another running back, after seeing what they have in seventh round pick Kyle Monungai, that notion has been tabled.
Mm.
There's a real chance here for Monungai to eventually be the number two back and see meaningful carries as a rookie. I think they've I think they fell in love. You know, I think they haven't moved because they like, wait a minute. We didn't messed around and fell into a success. We found Isaiah Pacheco in the seventh round.
For real.
And Isaiah Pacheco, wasn't he a seventh round pick,
Yeah.
actually?
6 or 7. Yeah. I mean,
So
and I mean,
yeah.
what's crazy is we had guys on the board we really wanted. The Bears even talked about how they tried to go get these other guys, and we kind of ended up with Kyle. And he might end up being exactly what we needed. Hey,
Hmm.
like you said, he's Aston Genty, 2.0. Not 2.0, but junior, because he's a little smaller.
Light,
You know,
yeah.
it's a little smaller, but the same style of runner, same
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 size.
attitude.
Same size.
Hey,
The
and
build
and
is his size is
hey,
identical.
and,
Height,
and as
weight.
we and as we've been seeing in the little reels and the clips and stuff that we're seeing, man, the enemy is coaching this kid up hard. He is. You could tell he's taking a liking to him. And this is what people don't know about football. If a guy is ringing a guy and giving it to him hard and constantly on his back, that's because he sees talent in him. He sees something. He's trying to bring that monster out of him. And man, Kyle might end up being a all-world back, man. I mean, we've seen it a lot of times. I mean, Emmitt Smith was not when he came out of college. He wasn't who he was. I mean, it's a lot. Hey, my favorite running back all time. The guy out of, from the Rams. What's the um well, I got his name on the tip of my tongue. uh that's a shame.
From the
When they won the Super
Rams.
Bowl, who was their running back?
The guy that's on TV now,
Marshall.
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk. There it is. Man, Marshall Falk. Hey, it's. I can go down a list of a lot of guys that really won held it, but that's how it is with running backs, man. You can come out here. Everybody's not going to be, Saquon Barkley. It's not a million of those. That's a once in a lifetime person. That's why I'm shocked the Giants let him go. But hey, I'm excited to see what Cal could be. I love it, and because he's a 7th round pick, we know he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder. He's gonna bring it, and he's very cheap.
Very.
Very cheap. Very cheap. So that's important when it comes to what we're trying to do, not just this year, but in the coming years.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So I like it. I like the way it's going down, and I got one more potential battle I want to get into, and there might be more battles that I don't mention. Honorable mention. I don't know if it's currently a battle. I think the starters are probably going to be at defensive tackle, Grady
Okay.
Jarrett and Javon Dexter, but
Hmm.
there could be a potential battle there with Billings and Shamar Turner. But I think Jarrett and Dexter are your starters there.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
think,
I think that I think they locked in because they gonna bring it. They
yeah,
not here to bull crap. Them boys is gonna be all about business. I don't see that, but it can happen. We know how football is.
yeah, but I think the last battle that I want to get into is the that last linebacker,
Okay.
that third the strong side linebacker, because we got Tremaine Edmonds, we got T.J. Edwards, but
Hmm.
um, our strong side linebacker from last year, the Sand God, is gone. Jack Sanborn he followed Eberflus to the Dallas Cowboys.
I like
So we
Sanborn too.
got
He was a
a,
hard
a
tackler. I
lot of a
like that
lot of
kid.
people liked him. I liked him. We all liked him. We called him the
Yeah.
Sand God. That's a hell of a nickname. Um, and he's local. But the options are Amin Abamba Miga, who's been there a couple years as a special teamer. He's a potential starter. You also got Noah Sewell, who's been there a couple years as well.
Mhm.
Younger brother of Panay Sewell from the Lions.
Okay, cause I'm like, I knew that name sound familiar.
Yeah, that's his brother.
Okay.
And then this year's rookie, fourth round pick out of Maryland, Ruben Hippolyte,
Hmm.
the second. Got to put that second in there. But D Snow, starting linebacker outside of across from Tremaine Edmonds, T.J. Edwards. Who you got?
It's got to be Hippolyte, man. Hippolyte needs to come out and show what they bought him over for. He needs to be a leader, and this is his time to break out. This could be a breakout season for him. You know, we've seen that with guys with a few teams over the last couple of seasons where they came out of nowhere. And I think this could be that for Hippolyte, and I'm expecting him to come out. Barring any injuries. Knock on wood. I think it's Hippolyte. Hey, nothing against the other kids. I think we are going to carry probably four linebackers. We got to always have that extra one. But yeah, I think Hippolyte. I think it's a position to lose. I think he's going to come out and do his thing, and I think he'll look good right along. Edmonds and Edwards. I think that'll look good with those three. And maybe one of these guys can be that Brian Urlacher, that Mike Singletary that I've been looking for. A guy, and the numbers show, like we talked about. I mean, Edmonds, hey, he doing it. Ain't like he ain't doing his thing. Edwards too. These guys are playing good football. We just need more impact plays. We need plays that matter at those moments. So I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm expecting big things from those guys. But yeah, give me Hippolyte.
Yeah, I would say Tremaine or TJ Edwards has turned into a star, and he's
Yeah,
from Chicago. He's from Illinois, so I'm glad that he's starring here. Um, Tremaine Edmonds has always been a big name, but also an athletic freak.
yeah.
Um, Built like Brian Urlacher with 4.5 speed. He does a lot, and he's slept on.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a lot of credit, but he plays those passing lanes. He gets his hands on a lot of balls, a lot of passes. Pause.
Mhm.
uh,
Lot of balls, lot of balls.
but I'm in agreement with you on this one. I think it has to be Hippolyte.
Yeah.
Um, I think that so far everything that we've heard out of mini camps has been all good news. He's been showing up, showing out, and
Mhm.
that 4.3 speed from the linebacker position is freakish.
Hey, sideline to sideline.
It's freakish.
You gotta have it.
He that's the potential for this to be an amazing. I don't want to gas him up too much, but this has the potential to be a freakish linebacking core. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Hippolyte. The name might sound crazy, and he got those crazy eyes when you look at him. But imagine those crazy eyes coming at you crazy fast. The man can
Hey,
get to the quarterback,
hey,
decent,
you
no?
predicting it, man. Watch. It's gonna happen on one of these live broadcasts, but they're gonna go to his eyes. And me and you gonna text each other like they did the eyes.
Hey, they go one of them Fox episodes. You gonna see this.
Hey, hey, what Steph Curry say? Hey, you gotta sell it, man. Hey, you gotta get it, you gotta get a fan something they want. You gotta be able to sell yourself. And this is Hippolyte's shot, man. This is his shot. So
That's a
hey, our
fact.
defense is gonna be solid, man. I'm predicting top 10 defense this year. Barring injuries, man, I think our defense is gonna be flying around. I think they're gonna be underrated. I think people are not gonna be expecting it, and I think our defense is gonna really, really make some noise.
I'm certainly with it. I'm certainly with it. Okay, and so now the next topic I want to get into, and y'all, once again, please, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, if you're getting some value out of this, or you're just having a good time, please give us a like and subscribe. Tell your
Yes,
friends
sir.
about us.
Please, please, holla at us.
You can still rock with the other channels. I do too.
Yeah,
But come on, kick it with us too. You know.
for sure.
Um, but the next thing I want to get into is this potential news. This actually came out last week, but we didn't. We've been kind of slow with putting out some of these episodes, but
Yes.
um, some potential. This could be stadium news. That was what I thought of when I saw this.
Hmm.
But there is a thought or the potential for a minority stake to be sold. The snow, and this is from uh, the share was owned by the late Andrew McKenna Sr.
Mm,
He passed away in 2023, a former chairman of McDonald's, but
okay.
also a descendant of George Hallis.
Mm,
Um, so the reason I think that you're hearing this is because of stadium money.
mm,
I think that they are potentially selling off this stake, especially with the guy having passed away in 2023 is 2025. Waiting a couple years, maybe it's for this
okay.
purpose. And that's the only reason why they're possibly going to do it. I don't think it's
Yeah.
set in stone yet, but I think that this is to get private funds. You're not
Yeah.
getting taxpayer money to pay
Yeah.
for this stadium. You got to get private equity.
Yeah.
And unlike most of the teams around the league, because you got a lot of teams that are owned by other business owners. You
Mm-hmm.
got tech owners. You got uh, financial group owners. You got real estate owners. People that have other money outside of just football.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case with the Bears. The McCaskey money is tied into the Bears.
Yeah.
So, in order for them to have extra money, they got to sell off portions of the team. Not enough where it's gonna change controlling stake or anything like that. More of a Tom Brady type of deal,
Mm-hmm.
how he got a little piece. I think he got uh maybe 5%, but that 5% is worth $175 million, something like that, or
Yeah.
15% is where whatever the numbers are. But I think that this is the reason. I think that this is just trying to find extra private money to help fund the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and being honest, of course, because if they did it and everything stayed in Chicago, they was trying to get the city to help pay for it. We all know Chicago act like they broke, but they got that bread. It's all about finding the right way to make it work. So if they did it in Chicago, yes, it was going to be funding that was there through the city. They was going to probably take it out, out of the Chicagoans. They was going to hit you in the tax. You know how they do it. They was going to find a way to get that money. But if they go to Arlington, like we're all seeing and it's projecting that they're going to do, Arlington don't have that kind of money. They don't have the kind of money to buy into the Bears like they would love to. But if somebody does what they're supposed to do, they can end up owning all of those restaurants and the hotels. This is a chance to not only buy into the team, but buy into the future. And there's a
That's
lot of money on the line.
and that's why it's important for the Bears to get it to be using this property in Arlington because they own that.
Yeah.
I just told you they don't own nothing but the Bears. Their money is tied up into the Bears. So this gives them extra ways to make money, to make the team more successful.
What if Michael
Um,
Jordan was the was to come in and that would be hard. I just feel like Michael Jordan should have something to do with Chicago.
it
He
should be
shouldn't
a
be just
Chicago. It should be a big time. Somebody
yeah.
well
It
known
should be
from Chicago.
like when the Dodgers bought in Magic, even though he was a basketball guy, that was big for them. That was big because his name, his face means something. And we saw that team that looked at differently now. You just expect every year to at least get a championship or to be going towards a championship. And now the Lakers have sold stake. I mean, we're seeing major teams giving up the stakes. So, I mean, McCaskey's, it's time. It's time to let go. So we can bring in some nice fresh blood and make this team what it's supposed to be. We need us what's my man name used to own the Dallas Mavericks? We need one of
Mark Cuban.
we need Mark Cuban. You know
I
what?
don't. I don't see them giving up any type of controlling
Hell,
interest.
of course not. Hell no, because the Bears is worth the Bears, the Packers,
The
teams like that.
Bears.
Like you
The
don't sell.
Bears. Their Bears are said to be worth 6.4 billion. So that little bitty stake that they potentially talking about is like 2%, but that 2%
Oh, that's
is for somebody to get that 2%, they would have to pay at least 128 million. But that could go up because they can auction it.
mm,
It might start at 128.
mm,
So yeah, that's a no-brainer.
yeah, of course.
That little piece,
Yeah, make it
two
work.
percent. But then yeah, you get a bag in return. Yeah, we might have to do that. But yeah, if
Especially
the
if it's the
bear
right investment.
the Bears own so much of that property, if they smart, put up some more things around there that they can feed off of. and
Honestly, gonna be on
they
fire.
can go crazy after this. This can honestly raise them up even more, um, as far as the how much they're worth as a team.
I mean, and shame on the city for not finding a way to make it work. But we're old enough to understand that the politics in Chicago is grimy and under the table. It's bad. So hey, shout out to the Bears for moving on because I would rather us be happy and the team be happy and everything work than us be. I mean, the city is a shame sometimes. You
But
get
see,
your car towed and all kind of stuff.
in my opinion, staying in the city would have been good for the fans, but it never made sense for the Bears.
It did no for real.
It never
Yeah,
made sense
no,
because they don't own it.
yeah, no.
You
Chicago was
have
making so
to
much money
own
off of
it.
them. Man,
Yeah.
Chicago was making so much money off of them, and at the end of the day, they not breaking bread with nobody else. They just putting that money into their pockets. So
Yeah. So
hey,
for the fans, for us, yes, it made sense. We
yeah,
love to see the team in Chicago, but it didn't make any sense.
I think it's a
They
train that
never
go out to
owned any
Arlington,
of that.
the Metro or something.
Yeah, the Metro
People,
go out there.
yeah, it's all good.
So yeah, that's definitely is something to watch. Look forward to.
Yes,
But
sir.
then the last topic I want to get into before we get out of here, D Snow, is ESPN.
Yeah,
ESPN made a bold prediction, D Snow. They say the Bears could have two 1,000-yard receivers in DJ Moore and Rome Odunze. D Snow. Last time we seen that was Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall.
that was a nice duo.
Do we finally get it again?
I say yes. I already predicted that, our quarterback was going for at least 35 to 4,000 yards. And for him to get that far up, a couple of guys got to be in that 1,000. We're going to need another guy to be in that 500 to 900 range. And, some other guys to be in that 200 to 5. I really think the ball's going to get spread around. I think those two guys will be the main attraction. We're already seeing that. And in these light little, practices that we're seeing so far. But man, yeah, it's gonna happen. I believe that. It's about time that everybody's starting to get on the bandwagon. They seeing what we seeing. That the Bears are getting ready to turn this around, and we are going to be a team to be reckoned with. But of course, I'm feeling that. I'm riding with it. I'm gonna go as far as to say they're gonna both hit 1,200 or more.
Ooh, okay.
It's too many options, man. Somebody's gonna be open on our team, and those guys both have good hands. So as long as things work out, man, yeah, 1,200 or more out of both of them, yeah, for sure.
Now, I will say that this is an interesting topic because there's so many weapons.
Yeah,
It will be harder to get big yards because you got both of those two. You got Luther Burden, you got Cole Komet, Colston Loveland. DeAndre Swift is a great pass catching running back.
yeah.
Um, So 1,200 apiece might be hard, might be a stretch, but I will say yes, I'm with that. Two 1,000-yard receivers. I think that is absolutely attainable. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of weapons on this offense, so that's
It's
a
going down.
reasonable question. But yeah, let us know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think one of them gets it? Both of them gets it? If only one, who gets it? Who is the leading receiver on this team as well? But D Snow, got anything else before we get on up out of here?
The only thing I was going to talk about, you already brought it up. I cannot believe that we still got these holdouts, man. Let's get these guys signed. We're almost in July. I don't like it. I want everybody signed so we can just be comfortable and do what we need to do. On the other side, go Cubs, go my man PCA, man. Vote for the MVP. Vote for the All Star game. The Cubs are playing some great baseball, man. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that on the north side. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Go Cubs, go.
Absolutely. Go Cubs, go. Who you got tonight, too?
Oh, come on, man. I ain't gonna lie. I think Indiana's going home at home. I think it's over. I,
It's
I think
over.
I think OKC figured it out. Hey, the last game that Jalen kid went crazy, so I think it's gonna be real tough. If he comes out and does that again with the rest, they're gonna be tough to beat. They got a pretty good team. I think it's over. OKC's gonna get their first ship tonight on the road.
Yeah, I think it's over, too, but I hope it's not.
Me too.
This is
Me
one
too.
chance I want to be wrong because I need
Yeah, this
7
that
of
part of the
these.
season that we hate. That's why I'm happy. At least I got my Cubs because it's gonna be tough for a month.
I need 7 of these. At least we got
Yeah.
the NBA draft next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But ladies and gentlemen, as always, from us here at CHI Go Bears, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Bet down, Chicago, and we'll holla.
Go Cubs, go. We love you, Sammy Sosa. That's my Sammy Sosa, if y'all don't remember that. Peace out, y'all.